pick it up out of there and kind of hold it in your hand so that it's not getting all knotted up. You know, the more knot, you know, if you don't get it out and you hold on to it, it can get all tangled up. And then you're looking silly in front of your patient or other nurses trying to get it untangled. So, you know, when you get it out, practice holding it. The other thing that I do is I clamp my tubing. So there's roller clamps here. Okay, there's a roller clamp. Roll it. I hold it in my hand like this, and you don't have to, but I hold it, and it's got a little ledge here, so I always hold it, put one finger on top, one underneath, and then I'm rolling that clamp up and down. Up opens, down closes. But if you hold it this way, that whole statement goes out the window. Okay, so I usually put one finger here, one underneath, and that's my roller clamp. So I'm going to clamp it off. I'm going to close it off. So now nothing's going to go through this tubing because it's clamped off. So I'm going to pick up my bag of fluids. I verify, make sure everything's correct. Now I have a cap on here. Get rid of that. And this has a cap. And I want to be very careful. And you want to hold it up here. If you take that cap off and you're holding down here, you're going to express all the fluid out. So you want to hold it here, hold your cap up, this right here. Anyway, thingamajigger. Make sure it does not touch anything. You don't touch it with your fingers. You don't touch it on the outside. If you drop it, don't touch it with the other tubing, and it comes directly into the bag, and you just twist it in. You want to be careful that you're not doing this because you can go through the bag, and that's wasted. Throw it away. So you want to hold it straight and screw it in. Now, I'm going to turn the bag up, and now I need to fill my chamber halfway. Fill the chamber. If you do not fill your chamber and you hang it up and you start priming your line, if there's no fluid in the chamber, what happens? You get air bubbles in there. So turn the tubing off, clamp it off, spike your bag, hold it up, fill the chamber halfway, hang it up. You need a trash can. Or a sink.
You do look silly trying to
I told you, and the more tangled it is, you know, yeah. All right, now, you have these ports scattered all along in the tubing. Okay, these little ports here. And they're there to add medication. Okay? You can add your piggyback med to this one. If we have a push, we'll add it down here to this one. So, I'm going to prime this line because I got it out of the package. What's in this line? Air. Air. So we prime it. We prime it and we fill the fluid through the line. These ports, they have these, you know, they kind of, when you're looking at them, they kind of come up a little. Air gets up in there. So you have less air in your line if you will hold these ports upside down. So what I do is I just take them and kind of gather them up in my hand. See how I'm holding them upside down? This piece here is the filter that is going to run through the pump, okay? And you can get air in here also. If there's air in here, the pump can't read the drops. So it'll beep and beep and it'll say air in your line. Okay? So what you need to do with this particular tubing that you're going to check off with, priming it, you want to hold this blue piece here to the sky. So if you hold this up, what it'll do, it'll allow the fluids to fill this chamber up without the air. If you don't do that, as you're filling your line, this air will pocket in here and you'll constantly be battling it for several hours trying to get all the air out. Alright, so I've kind of gathered everything blue to the sky. Doesn't mean you gotta hold it up. In fact, if I'm pumping my line and I hold it up here, what's gonna happen? I'm not gonna run because I've got gravity is keeping it from running. Alright. So, I'm right-handed. I'm gonna hold my roller clamp in between my two fingers. And now I'm gonna turn it on and I'm watching the fluid. I'm watching it fill up. I didn't have to take the cap off, but you can see it's coming out. Now I've primed the line, there's no bubbles, so I'm going to clamp my tubing back. Roller clamp it down. And there are other clamps. This is a little clamp you could use to clamp, but the more places you're clamping, the harder it's going to be when you hook it up to, you know, remember to go back and unclamp everything. Ports face down. See how that one's going down? I mean, you're not going to fail if you don't, but you're going to have bubbles that you're going to have to get rid of before you connect it to your patient. So at this point, I can go to my patient, identify my patient, 2 ways, name, date of birth, allergies, okay, because we've got fluids and they have medications. And then I'm going to make sure my hands are clean. And I'm going to scrub the hub. I've talked to you guys about that, right? Yes, because you laughed at me. So we're going to scrub the hub here. Twist, clean that lock, because that's where I want to connect my fluids. So I'm cleaning it really well. I'm going to take this cap off. And I'm going to just stick it right in there and twist over. Now it's connected to my patient. I can do that now, like I just did, went ahead and connected to my patient, or I can load it on the pump and then connect it, either way. So now I'm ready to load it on the pump. And when I tell my students, in fact, I say load everything from the left side. Everything comes in from the left side of the pump. So, I even hang my fluids over here to remind me. It has to come through the pump has to read it. Actually, it's called a pump because this piece right here is what's pumping. It's pumping those drops. Okay, this right here. So I'm going to come in. It has to go through the pump. You can't go this way. It has to come from the left. And so it's easy to do because it pretty much does it for you. There's a little magnet button right here. And there's a magnet button on here. All you gotta do is line those up. And you'll feel it pull. There's some little holes and there's little metal notches here that stick out. So you line that magnet piece up. And it just, you can feel it pull in there. Then this blue piece goes into this green compartment. This piece here slides in, and what I do is I take a finger on each side and just kind of push it in. So this right here is what's pumping the fluid through. And it's a pump. Most of the time, regardless if it's infiltrated or not, it pumps it into the fluids. That's how come you see it when it's infiltrated with a pump. It swells up because the pump is pushing, pumping it in. Now, sometimes it'll stop and beep, but occasionally it'll just keep pumping into the tissues. Okay, there's a little groove here for the
that dinging.
Yeah, you're nursing. Okay, now, primary line, it's nice because it has it on here for you, primary. That's the only one we're going to deal with today, this semester. Now, next semester, you got to deal with the secondary, so you can't forget any of this stuff. So I'm going to hit the primary line button, hit that little green button, and it'll highlight the numbers here. And what did I say, 120 milliliters an hour was my order. So there's a green button here, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus. And so you toggle up and it adjusts your rate to whatever I need it to be. So I said 120. So you just toggle up, get to your 120, and it tells you on here, rate. Self-explanatory. Okay? Read it. Rate. Then it wants you to put in volume to be infused. What that is then, you got to look up and see how much you want to be infused. Okay? Primary fluids, I usually leave, I'll put in maybe, if this is a 500 milliliter bag, I may put in 400. That allows me to have time when it beeps and it says it's out of fluids, and it'll read across here and tell you what's wrong. It'll either say air, occluded, out of fluid, empty. I think it says bag empty. Then that allows me, I can come in, add a little bit more volume, maybe another 50 milliliters. That allows me to run to the nurse's station, get another bag of fluids, come back, hang it. And that way, if you don't run the risk of the fluids running dry and your site, dry site occluding. Because it could be D5W sugar, and that'll gum up your vein if it's left to sit in there. Okay, so I'm going to add 400 here to the volume. Same thing, you toggle up and down, plus or minus. Just add your numbers. Okay, I've got it set. Hit primary run. It tells you hit run. So you're working left to right. It tells you exactly what to do. And now it's going to run. No, it's not going to run. You got to remember to unclamp. And if my IV is in the vein, it'll come out. Now let's see if it's in. When y'all are practicing back here, you don't have an IV to hook it to, so I'd like for you to practice hooking it to this, but then we're going to put it in the trash can so the floors don't get soaking wet. So you're going to run your fluids in a trash can so you can practice running them. Did we do that last time?